know why the Muslim faith has had its advancements? It's because the Muslims were willing to die for their belief. They were willing to strap bombs to their chest. They believed in the afterlife. God, give us some men and women that'll get a hold of some passion in their spirit that says, I will lay down my life for the gospel.
Whoa, 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 pump your brakes. That's Pastor Kent Christmas. His name is Kent Christmas. Either way it goes, he's telling his congregation they need to be a little bit more radical. He said, you know why the Muslim faith has advanced so much? Because they're willing to die. In what way are radical Muslim followers thinking about dying, and why? And is it something that we also embrace and say, yeah, there you go? Or is it something that we've consistently used as a political tool against all Muslims, specifically after attacks here in America, in New York specifically? So after that, I guess it's been long enough that we should just say, we should jump on to this one very method that works. Killing ourselves in the name of what it is that we're looking to believe in. Do you think Kent Christmas is looking to kill himself for the name of whatever it is that he's telling folks to kill themselves over? I feel like probably not. But this is what he may even said. He's willing to, not he's willing to die, but you're willing to die for. Watch this.
To all of those who said that we as prophets missed it when we prophesied that Donald Trump would be voted back in a second term, you're wrong. We did prophesy that he would be voted back in, and he was voted back in by almost 80 million votes. And in the eyes of God, the President of the United States right now in the courts of justice in heaven is not Joe Biden, but it's Donald Trump.
Oh. It's like me and God, we talked last night. I know who God really thinks the real leader is.
Okay, wait a second. So I love your thoughts, but let's look at Kent and Candy Christmas. This is the first and second lady, the pastor and the first lady of the church there that he wants to lay down the life for. Just to a small point out. So in the second clip, he's talking about Donald Trump and his election. The first one's talking about laying down your life. These two things should not be happening. And from a leader of a church thinking he's telling people what they should be doing. This is how radicalism begins. I'm sorry, go ahead, Jackson.
That looked like an early 2000s like Christmas album that did, you know what I'm saying? But that's like Bishop Ric Flair, you know, so just in there, woo, you know, that boy before he went on stage, he said, woo, he said, let me tell you something about Muslims. God wanted Donald Trump to win. He's the real winner. Me and God, we talked the other day, you know what I'm saying? I know a cokehead when I see one, you know what I'm saying?
But they follow him though. There's a reason why they follow him.
He's exciting. Yeah. He's an exciting guy. You know what I'm saying?
Some might say these are cult-like behavior. Listen. So we have the church side of it: suicide bombing, kill yourself for the cause, and also Donald Trump never lost. This is where it then crosses over. Because inner one, Sarah Palin. I saw this morning. Apparently, she was asked about the cult-like behavior of MAGA. Still, the religious cult-like behavior of MAGA, except Donald Trump is their Jesus, their Lord and Savior. This is what she had to say about cults. Listen very closely and see if it makes much sense.
I was with the Trump motorcade yesterday, and I would say that the people at Versailles at the Cuban restaurant, I wouldn't call them cult members, would you?
No, you know, the definition of a cult is a group of people who are excessively supporting one another and a cause, all about conformity and compliance and intolerance of anyone who doesn't agree with what their mission is.
Conformity, compliance, and then looking to punish anyone who doesn't agree with what it is that they're talking about. We've got folks that are kissing Donald Trump's ass right now as there's these very obvious, pretty good pieces of evidence about the illegal activities that he's pulled off. They continue to kiss his ass. They continue to stay in line. They continue to conform. And they're definitely looking to not let Donald Trump be upset at them or else they might be kicked out. But they'll still say, what kind of cult? What are you talking about? The violence also continues on. You guys remember this from yesterday? Carrie Lake was also talking about political violence. Again, I'm connecting it from the pastor to another political pundit to then this one. One more.
I have a message tonight for Merrick Garland and Jack Smith and Joe Biden And the guys back there in the fake news media, you should listen up as well. This one's for you. If you want to get to President Trump, you're going to have to go through me, and you're going to have to go through 75 million Americans just like me. And I'm going to tell you, yep, most of us are card-carrying members of the NRA. That's not a threat. That's a public service announcement.
She's so badass. I can't believe it. So what's the difference, Jax, between Kent Christmas, Sarah Palin, and then Carrie Lake here? Nothing. So why is Kent Christmas heading a church and then acting like he should, I guess they get some kind of tax exempt status, but they're all preaching the same sermon.
Yeah, and it's amazing how Sarah Palin like described the Republican Party like literally perfectly to a T. I mean, this guy Donald Trump, again, those numbers I just went over, 80% of Republican GOP primary voters, like, even if he's convicted, we're still gonna vote for the guy. Ron DeSantis, who is his biggest competitor, he's still down by dozens of points, like 40 plus points. He's like, when I get in office, we're going to do something about the two-tier justice system. Everyone's defending this man on Fox News. They start to tiptoe and criticize him, but then they fall right back in line. And then guess who's the enemy of them? The gays, trans people, the black people, the Asian people, the Mexican people, the everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she described herself perfectly. And again, we're in the middle of Pride Month, so it's just so terrible for them. They can't handle it.
It has them spinning in circles, trying to figure this whole thing out. Maybe one day we'll understand these cross sections and we understand the direct connection that they've made between this political party and this particular religion to bastardize it to the degree that people think they should be worshiping these humans. Just saying, in case they ever want to actually pick up that Bible and figure it out, maybe they can.